Right, so today we're going to have a look at on how to do a Webster. A Webster is a no-handed handspring. Okay. Now, to go about having a Webster, you need to first of all have aerial will help. You need to have a strong. You need to have a no-handed cartwheel. Okay. If you have that, then it will become a little bit more easier because it is a one-legged flip. Okay, so you need to know how to block, the idea on how to block. So that is why it is very important that you know at least one form of one-legged flip in order to help you with a Webster. Also, you need to have a good dive roll. Okay, that's all in my tutorial, the aerial and the dive roll. So first of all, what we're going to do is with dive roll, when I did the tutorial, there was a 2-foot dive roll. But with Webster, because you're taking off with one leg, your dominant leg, okay, the movement is more like a kick, okay, and you're using the block from this leg, your dominant leg, and you're flipping. Okay, so you're kicking and then you're flipping. So in order to do that, you can practice doing a dive roll from that position. Okay, but also before you do that, you can do a blocking. You can do a marching block tutorial. So you can go like this. Okay, again, and you'll see the importance of it, because when you block, you need to use, remember the height. So this is a different tutorial from this. Okay, so height and the rotation. So this is the height and that's the rotation. Okay, and then you grab your leg. So there are two ways of learning the Webster. Okay, maybe before having a Webster, it is good to have a side tuck. So sort of it's like an aerial. So if you have aerial, practice doing this. Okay, so if you have a good aerial, practice doing this and perform the aerial with this movement. So like this. Okay, if you have this, then you're very close to understanding Webster. Okay, because first of all, you know how to do the flip. Secondly, you know how to do the blocking, and how to all you need to do is face a little bit forwards, face it straight, and you'll have a Webster, but in a different momentum. That's one way of doing. That's more for an unconventional method of doing a Webster. But the Webster I'm talking about is you face forwards and you flip like a front handspring without the hands. So in order to do that, do the same thing, but you're going to take off, your leg kicks, and your hands gets the height. So rotation, height, okay, and you do the dive roll. So like this. Practice doing this. Okay, so it's like sort of like you're trying to go for a Webster, but then you do a dive roll. Okay, again. Keep on doing it more and more until you get high. You get a lot of height. Once you get a good amount of height, then you can, if you start to block and you get the height, then we can focus on the rotation, and that will give you the Webster movement. Also, on your first go, make sure you tuck it. Don't do it straight. Don't make sure you don't do straight Websters, because if you flip straight on, that will be difficult at start. Try to tuck it in, okay? Like the one I did before, you know, where I go up and then I tucked in the flip. Try to do that, because that will help you. Eventually you will have the enough strength, power and technique to actually do it more like a very straight Webster, okay? So these are the techniques that you can use to help you with your Websters, is to do a dive roll, a one-legged dive roll, and try to get as much height as possible, and also an unconventional method of flipping using the marching technique. Yep, the marching technique. So you flip with the marching technique, and then straighten up your flip, and that will eventually, all those techniques will help you to get your Webster. Okay. Also, another way to do it is you can sort of do a side aerial. So like, how do you do this? The tricking aerial. So if you have tricking aerial, perfect, like that. So if you have a tricking aerial, and what you want to do is have your tricking aerial, but twist a little bit and face completely, and try to face like a Webster. So like this. Okay, keep on doing that, and that will also help you in gaining a Webster. So it's just basically like an aerial with a quarter turn. Okay, that's Webster tutorial.